video is going to be on how to Texas rig, the way the pros won't tell you, but is the way to do it because it is very effective in getting in and out of cover. This is the secret. I'm going to give you the secret. This is the secret they don't tell you because they keep for themselves when they're fishing vegetation. This is the secret. All right, you want to start with some fishing cover. You want to start with 20-pound fluoro or braid or 50-pound braid. I like 20-pound fluoro right here, and get it on your line. I like the P-Line Fluoro Clear. It is a sponsor of mine. They are fabulous. I've been using them since about 2004. Then you take your weight. I like a Wood Tungsten. This is actually a Wood Tungsten here. I like the Wood Tungsten. Never chip. So it's not painted. It is solid black. There's something in the tungsten that gives it a black color. It will never chip. Rock stuff, it doesn't chip. Let's put it this way. It doesn't chip the color off. There's no way to chip the color off. It is solid black. It is black. Take one of the weights. Open the package up. Take the weight. Right? And before you do that, you take a 6-cents. I don't have them on me because I already have them on my rod. Take a 6-cents rubber bobber stop. Slide it up the line. That's right there. As you see. Take the weight. Put the bullet. It's like a bullet. So called a bullet weight. Tungsten flipping weight. Bullet weight. Put it the line. You see right there on my face? Through the bait. Coming out the other side. You pull it through. Let it sit. And that will not chip because it is not painted. That's a good thing about tungsten and the no chip weights. They don't chip from Wood Tungsten. Once again, that's, like I said, Wood Tungsten. Right there, woo. Then you want to take your 4-aught hook. I like these are a little beefier than the Gamakatsu Super line, which are what I'm used to using. I like a little beefier one because I've had the tips blunt. I've had, just the other day, my dad had one break on him. Caught so many fish, it broke the hook. These won't break. These are the Owner Wide Gap Plus. These are. So I'll take one out, the 4-aught. You see the bait we're going to be putting in there in a second. Bear with me. So take one of these, the 4-aught out. Take the 4-aught. Take this, and you're going to tie a clinch knot. It's a very simple knot. You can look up the YouTube on it, but you put it through the line. The way I do it, put it through there. Make a loop. Take the tag and put it through the loop. This is the simplified way. Take it like that. Spin this around a bunch of times. About 6 or 7 times. Spin it around. There's spin. See that it's twisted? Put this through the loop, the hole. See if I get this in there. Sometimes you have to hold it with your finger. Put it through the hole. Through the hole. And then back through the big loop. See that? You pull with you hold this with your teeth, but you don't pull on it. Then you pull with the main line. There's that. So there's that knot. That's how I so clinch knot simplified, and they've never lost a fish on it. That's a fast way to tie a clinch knot without sitting there having to make the loop, wrap it around, then put it through. Is twist it up, put it through the hole, put it through the top, and it doesn't slip. 8-pounders, never lost a big fish. 8-pounders on the wall, I've probably seen on my Instagram. Anthony Rubio __ outdoors. You can see all the big ones on there. My Anthony Rubio Fishing on Facebook. You can check that out there. I did a video on them. But there it is. The knot. A little nice knot. Sometimes if you're worried about extra grass, you take the tag and stick it through the eye hole, pull it tight, pull this tight, and clip it a little long. There's a little bit long, so that way it's back to the eye so the grass falls right off. So there's that. You got that. The 4-aught, the 3/8 ounce Wood Tungsten no chip weight, the bobber stop. So first of all, it should look like this so far. Slide it all down. Should look like something like that. See that? Then what I do to rig it is I pull this up, the bobber stop up, pull the line up. Then I take one of these. These are the tubes I love. I had one choke the bait the other day. So this particular one is the Poor Boys tube it's a green pumpkin orange, green pumpkin orange, I think, in 4-inch. Take one of those out. There's another trick I'm going to show you here. This is a trick, part of it. Take one out. There's no rattle. You take one of these McCoy tube rattles, the Pyrex tube rattles. So that way it sounds like a crawfish. They choke this when they eat it. They choke the bait. Take one of the rattles. Take it out. I like to leave it like this. I like to put the tab back in there so I know exactly what they are. Besides obvious rattles, I know the company. Wet the rattle. open the tube up like that, stick it in, slide it in, and then grab the bait like this when it's in there, and slowly work it up. So what you do is working it up the bait by squeezing it behind it. Squeeze up behind it, squeeze up behind it, squeeze up behind it. It's right there in the middle, the bait. This is the trick I was going to show you right here. You got to watch this part because this part's important. Take the tube or any Texas rig, put it through the point, put it to the bend of the hook. Then directly pop it out. There, it's like that, right? You want to slide it up. You can wet the hook a little bit because the tubes are hollow. Slide it up. And this is what the trick is here. Listen. Take the eye, stick it inside the bait. Inside the bait, you want it like that, where the tag is just barely sticking out. See that tag? One up in there like that. You want to take this, because the hook's a little big, you can tell it's a little big. You want to stretch the plastic out, push it down a little bit. You feel it on your finger when it goes through, pop it through. See that? There's just enough gap there where it fits, where it's not going to tear out. Put it like that. That's part of the tip. And the part of the tip is have the eye of the hook inside the bait. It's going to part of make it streamlined and weedless. So there it is inside the bait like that. You want to make sure it's up on the Z-bin there, a little bit of Z-bin, just like that. And you take this is the trick. Slide it all down, and you want to make sure, when you slide it all down, that it's against the plastic tube, and it's a solid one piece. See this? It's a solid one piece. The weight isn't wiggling around. There's no joint there. There's real no joint. When it goes in and out of cover, it goes right in the cover, right through. It doesn't get stuck. When the hook eye is out a little bit, there's a little gap there from where the hook would be. The hook would be right there, right? And when that goes through, the weight goes through, and then the weeds get caught between the hook, the bait, and the eye. The eye, the hook, the bait, and the weight. So then therefore it gets stuck there. So your bait's sitting like this in the weeds. It goes through, it gets stuck like that. And it's stuck, and the weeds get stuck. Then every time you get through the bait, when you think you're fishing, you actually have a bunch of weeds on there, and you're spooking the fish. That's a major tip the pros don't want to tell you, is make sure your eye is inside the bait, and this hook weight is tight against the bait. So it is one piece like this. You don't want a real wiggly where the hook's eye out and it's all wiggling around like this. It gets stuck. So see how much of a gap you save there? Keep it on the bait. That's how much of a gap you save. This is up there, the hook would be out. So you want it like that. Yes, you can't get away with as big of hooks, but if you use a strong hook like the Owner Cutting Point Wide Gap Plus, it doesn't matter because these hooks don't break. If you're breaking these hooks, there's something wrong. Something wrong somewhere in your setup. So there's that. And obviously, with these, see how that's like that? It's all one piece. The weight becomes the bait. And it goes in and out of cover, right? So that's what the trick is there. And you want to text posing. Text posing, taking the hook like that, slitting it, putting it up like that, right on there, and taking the tip and putting it in the plastic. So the tip is inside the plastic, like that, making it, see how it's under the tip is under the plastic, making it weedless. Making it very weedless. And that is the trick of getting in and out of cover, because the weeds go right over this. But when the fish bite down, it push down here, and I'm going to undo it because I don't want to ruin my bait. But what will happen is it'll push right out of the plastic. It doesn't ruin the bait. You can text pose it numerous fish if we have to redo it. And then it pops out like that. Fish bites down, and he's hooked. Fish gets hooked right in there. He's hooked. So that's the trick. This weight, having the weight against the bait is the trick that pros don't want to tell you. They say, oh, Texas rig, they do it real fast. They won't show you that. But having it like this, anytime you fish in wood, grass, it goes in and out of that stuff. Fantastic. You'll see in all kinds of videos that there's a gap. And honestly, I've fished 26 years of my life. Bass fishing, salmon fishing, steelhead fishing, trout fishing. I've done it all in the Northwest. And this is the trick to getting the perfect presentation in the weeds without getting stuck and then getting through and pulling weeds into the hole where you're spooking the fish. So that is the key right there. You don't want any wiggle. See that? You don't want any wiggle. You don't want any wiggle. Then that gets it so it's all one piece right in the hole. Just like that, right in the hole. And that will become the perfect Texas rig. That's the key. Hear the rattle? They hear that down there and they think that is I think that's a crawfish snapping its claws. And they hear it down there. They just inhale it. They just eat the whole thing. Inhaled. That's the sound. That's the key. And these rattles specifically by McCoy are not the flanged ones with the flange on them. These are just the regular rattles. Tube rattles, Pyrex rattles, 10-pack. You can fish them without the rattles, but in dirty water, you want to fish rattles. In clear water, it helps. But at the same time, rattles in clear water can and sometimes will spook fish. So just be careful with that. It also, at the same time, as clear water when they're far away, it will draw their attention. So it's always good to have rattles in your tubes. All right, have a good one, guys. That's the secret right there. No wiggle between your weight and your bait. Have a good one.